I'm going to attempt to do my first carburetor rebuild. And I know it's kind of dark because nighttime and my shop doesn't have really, my garage doesn't have really good lighting. But there is the culprit. I'm gonna try to rebuild that carburetor for the first time. I've never done anything like that before. This is for a Toyota Landcruiser FJ60, which is my Landcruiser is in my garage. I'm gonna try to do that. I already took that one part out, so I'm gonna attempt to do that and rebuild the carburetor. I know the lighting is not the best, but I got everything ready here. Got everything to mark it up. My carburetor rebuild kit that I ordered online. Some other parts and all my tools, including this very dandy handy tool that I picked up today. Because apparently you need this. I don't remember exactly for what, for one of the pieces inside the carburetor. So picked that up today. So anyway, this is gonna be my workbench. I'm gonna try to work here between tomorrow and Sunday, and trying to get this bad boy off the ground. Carburetor's been giving me some issues. I don't know, not starting right and idle really rough. So I've been reading a lot of articles online and watching some videos, and a lot of people said that the carburetor just needs to be redone, needs to be cleaned up, brought back gas over the years, etc. But anyway, I'm gonna try to rebuild that myself. Watch a couple of videos, so people have done it on the internet, and I'm hoping that will work. Anyways, I will keep you guys posted. I'm gonna start working on it tonight. I took the carburetor out of the manifold, you know, the throttle body and parts, and I can see right there, you can see right there, there is like a big black spot. So there's two things. It tells me the carburetor was leaking gas, and there is also a head gasket leak, oil head gasket. So I'm gonna have to fix that as well. So that means I'm gonna have to take this guy off with the screws and fix that. But anyways, took the carburetor out after label and everything. There's some parts right here that I have to clean, and then here's the carburetor. Took it all apart with my dandy handy Toyota guy diagram, and I got everything labeled. So I got the throttle body with all the linkage. I got the middle casing and the upper casing, and I got everything labeled and bagged and organized. So now I'm gonna clean all this and get that out. There is two problems that I found so far, actually three problems. First one is that this is supposed to be a vacuum diaphragm that kind of holds in place when air goes in, just kind of hold this linkage in place. And the diaphragm, as you guys can see, is completely destroyed. All that there was just little dust pieces. This is supposed to be a big rubber piece that sits around here, and it was completely gone. So I'm gonna have to get that and replace that, because otherwise the carburetor is not going to work right. That could have been the problem all along, but there is some other issues. So, and here's the second issue I found. This little guy right here, there's a piston looking thing, little pin that goes in there with a little marble size ball or whatever that goes in there with a spring, and this guy is supposed to go up and down, and it's completely well shot there. So I'm gonna have to clean that and try to get it out. And the final issue that I found is with the upper casing, the same thing with this piston right here. This piston is supposed to go up and down, and it's just, as you guys can see, completely shut. So this allows for gas to pass through and stuff, and this is probably why it was running so rough right here. Anyways, several issues. So definitely a good call to take this apart. And you can see here, this is probably where the gas line goes in, and there was leaking gas, and there was a big gas stain all around here. You can see how dark that is, all gas. But that makes the truck smells like gas inside, and also that's probably why I was only getting like 11 miles a gallon, because there's a lot of gas leak that was coming out here. Anyways, all right, I'm gonna clean all this and see if I can put it all back together. So while those pieces were getting clean, I got a couple of the water lines out, and I'm gonna take this valve cover next, because it's leaking oil right there. You can see that puddle of oil. So I'm gonna get that out and clean it really nice. So this is kind of how it looks before. We'll see how it comes out. Okay, I got the pieces dipped inside my carburetor cleaner, and it comes with this little basket thingy, and I'm gonna put the smaller pieces in there and then dip it in the can. So it's supposed to clean it really well so I let it dip there for a couple hours, and then it should be nice like new. Okay, got the valve cover removed and clean. Kind of brushed it with gas. You can see it's really dirty still. Took all the pieces, the gaskets. It's just the aluminum cover. You can see the 2F mark, original 2F, straight 6-cylinder Toyota, 4.2 liter. Here's the cover, and the cover has this. It's kind of hard to see here, but has the little gasket kind of built in. You can see all the little cracks, and some of those cracks, of course, are the one that were leaking oil. You can see some right there really well. Some go all the way through. You know, it's been probably on that cover for years and years and years, but here's some you can see. Some of these are pretty bad. That one right there goes all the way through. Anyways, my first thought is I gotta replace this gasket, but it looks like it's built in. It kind of looks like it's built in metal, so I'm not exactly sure. So I gotta do some research about that, see if I can get that taken care of. But anyway, that's what it was leaking oil. Hopefully the gasket comes out and I can just replace the gasket and call it a day. Got all the parts clean out of the gunk be gone thing. Look at how these pieces come out, man. Bare metal. That stuff is incredible, man. How it cleans. Took all the dirt. Anyways, all my pieces are here. The insulator. And I got the last batch inside the gunk be gone. So that one should be done in about an hour or so. This little pin still has not come out, and I don't know what to do because it's supposed to come out. The other one came out after I put it on the gunk be gone, but this little guy, this is supposed to go up and down with a spring, like a little pump, and it's just welded in there. So anyway, I gotta figure out a way to take it out and replace the spring. Oh, and another thing I was gonna show is, see how it says Aisin? That's it's an original Toyota from Japan part. And I didn't see it at first because it was under all that gunk. But now that it's clean, you can see it. And people pay top dollars. This means this part was actually manufactured and installed and assembled in Japan. And people pay top dollars for that little symbol. So that means it's an original Toyota Landcruiser part. Definitely not Lexus. But I just thought it was pretty cool. I didn't see it before because it was under all that dirt. But anyway, there you are. Keep plugging at it. Okay, here's the latest update. I got all the parts cleaned up. Everything clean and organized. So I just got the last part of the gunk cleaner. And I'm still having issues with this little guy right here. That little piston, it's like a little pin, fits into that little thing. That's supposed to be out, like a little piston that kind of goes up and down, and it's literally welded shut there. So here's the air intake. Supposedly air is supposed to kick it up and down, but it's shut, so I don't know what to do. So that's it. I don't think it's much I can do there. Just gotta finish cleaning some of these pieces and start assembling. My new kit here. Start putting things together. I also cleaned up the cover and I gave it a first pass with a polisher, so it's looking better. Still needs some ton of work, but hopefully it will be kind of like nice and chrome when it's done. Another update. So I cleaned all these bolts, man. Look at that. They look fairly good now. And I got the new seals or grommets for the cover. So anyway, just a quick update. Got some stuff. I got that clean, all paint stripped. I'm gonna repaint that next. I got that all cleaned up, ready to go. And I got about half of the carburetor assembled so far. So far so good. There is an in. Look at that. Looking all the seals and gaskets. New secondary, look at that. Nice and tight. It's getting there. It's getting there. It's gonna take me another maybe 2-3 hours of work, and then I'll put the sucker in the car and see how it goes. All right. Okay, here we are, man. This is a thing of beauty. Look at that. I got this thing completely reassembled. New piston, new linkage, all the components inside and outside. New jets, new terminal, new vacuum or secondary vacuum. Look at that. All assembled. Just the way it was. Accelerator. And the insulator piece. So there you go, guys. Everything completely done. Now, the final piece of the puzzle. Put it all together inside the Landcruiser and see if it fires up. All right, look at that, man. Carburetor is installed, baby. Look at that. Thing of beauty. Next step will be connect all the hoses, put the valve cover back with all those hoses and the air filter, and we should be ready to start it up. See if it works. Finally!